Today, I'd like to explore the experience of anxiety, or more specifically, the experience of physical anxiety, which I would describe as the uh, visceral experience of feeling like something is not okay with my body and the fear and discomfort that arises along with that. I think the best way to explore this would be for me to share my own experience with this phenomenon and my thoughts around that, and then invite others to chime in with your own thoughts and experience as well if you can relate to this topic. My most intense experience was that were triggered by using marijuana, something that I don't do anymore. That's one of many reasons why I quit. So I would describe this best as when this has happened to me in the past as a feeling of constriction in my body, most notably in my chest. Usually this feeling of, it's not really pain, it's a tightness, it's a feeling almost like there's a band like pulling me together, and so I feel like something's not right, I'm not breathing right, maybe my heart isn't working right. And there's all kinds of thoughts that arise with this, that, something's not right, I'm not okay, maybe I'm gonna die, I need to do something. But it feels like there's something previous to the thought. When those physical sensations are happening, there's a just a visceral reaction that actually is what triggers the thought. So first, I think there's the sensations, and then the fear arises, which, it's probably some triggering of part of our inherent fight or flight system, that there's a sense that something doesn't feel right. And I'm very aware when it happens of an urge to do something, and sometimes it almost feels like my body responds automatically. Anyone who has seen me have one of these kind of, I guess I'll call a mini panic attack, would notice some weird physical behavior on my part. One of the things is I would often find myself almost like hugging or clutching myself, like I'm trying to hang on to my well-being in some way. There was a real fidgety kind of like, movement, like I can't sit still, and I'm trying to do something with my hands or my body to make this experience go away. And it's not even, I think what I'm fighting against when that happens is not the physical sensations themselves, but the fear. That's the piece that's uncomfortable. And what's interesting is when I examine the actual physical sensations that are happening, the physical sensations themselves are not terribly overpowering or uncomfortable or painful. What the difficult part is the feelings and the fear that arises. And I think at some level it's the fear of mortality. That's a deep topic that I'll maybe get into in some other videos, but there's just this visceral response, and what creates the real discomfort is not the sensations themselves, it's the resistance to it. It's the, I need to do something, I need to make this stop somehow. And one of the things that I've found helpful for this is basically a meditation practice, and being able to actually just stop and say, okay, let me just examine what's happening. What am I actually feeling in my body, without any judgment or interpretation about it, and just say, oh, okay, there's that sensation, and just being able to embrace and sit with it. And one of the things that I notice is I'm having discomfort in my body when I really just sit with it and just spend time just watching it and allowing it to be. It naturally dissipates on its own, because I think part of what's going on is that by consciously choosing to turn off the resistance to those sensations and simply to welcome and observe them, that resistance eases up. And so a big part of it is this tension. I hope that it was something that other people can relate to, and I'd be curious to hear people's experience with physical anxiety and how you experience it, what triggers it for you, what strategies you use when it arises to bring yourself down from it, or to cope, or to manage it until it goes away. Thanks for listening, and I hope to hear from some of you.